Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome back to all the Sagittariuses out there. If you are a Sagittarius Sun, Moon, Rising, or North Node, this is your tarot reading for the month of May of 2025. And in case any of you are interested, I will be using my Every Little Thing You Do is Magic tarot deck, or one of my faves. So, fun fact, this deck has been homing one of my deities for their altar for the last like 5 or 6 months, and I just pulled her out for a reading the other day. And wow. Oh, I just got chills. The magic imbued in this deck. It's real, it's palpable, and I hope you guys experience it in this reading. So, with all of that said, let's see what you guys have in store for May. Sagittarius, you are mirroring a sense of alignment and fulfillment similar to that of your sister sign Gemini. I just did their reading right before this one. In a very different sense, but yeah, it's your season. It's your season. So the three cards that fell out, Ten of Cups was first, Ten of Cups upright, the Eight of Wands upright, the Two of Wands, and then we have the King of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. And then I went to slide the whole deck over towards me, and one card got like stuck where it was the Star. Huh. So, like I said, there's power here, there's alignment here, there's integration here, there's a willingness here, a decision, fast paced movement, and this sense of stability that I don't know if you've ever really experienced. Sagittarius, I love you guys. I would not call you stable in any sense of the word. Oh God, unless of course you have Capricorn placements with your Sagittarius placements, but and I don't even mean that as like a jab. I say that with all of the love because you're not meant to be stable. You're meant to be transient. You're meant to experience. You're meant to flow in and out of the world. But you're finding a sense of stability, perhaps financial stability, in the month of May. So, like, these cards are fucking beautiful. These are beautiful. So, the Ten of Cups, the Eight of Wands, and the Two of Wands. I actually want to start with the Two of Wands, even though that was the third card to fall out. There is a decision you've been contemplating, a choice to step out into some sort of new venture. And mentally, spiritually, emotionally, you've made that choice. It's just that physically you haven't yet moved. But that's because where you are right now is exactly where you need to be. There's a calling to be very present with where you are and to really appreciate where you are in the present moment because you have so much fulfillment with yourself, with your personal relationships, just emotionally, like it's just mirrored everywhere for you. There's this deep sense of fulfillment with your life, with your world. So you're not necessarily in a rush to move forward, but there has been, whether it was subconscious and you're not even totally aware of it, or it was like some synchronicity came up in your life that said, okay, we're almost time for this to step out into some sort of new path, new beginning. I don't know if any of you watched The White Lotus, but it's bringing to mind the line Chelsea says to Rick in either the last episode or the second to last episode. I think it was the last episode. There won't be spoilers, but she basically says, um, stop focusing on the love you didn't get from them and focus on the love that you have right now. And that's what that sentiment is. Where for her, it was like it was coming from a place of not feeling that connection. But here it's like, rather than focusing on the new thing to come, which I think is a pattern for you guys, and I think we talked about it in the last few readings too, is it's like it's been coming up like that you get bored and then move on too quickly. Rather than like subconsciously you are aware that this new thing is coming, but you really want to savor where you are right now. You want to savor the fulfillment, you want to savor the connections, you want to savor the sense of stability that you're feeling. Because King of Pentacles, that's the last card of the entire tarot deck. Like you have gone through the entire major arcana, the entire minor arcana, all of the pentacles, and now you're just sitting here like, okay, well, I've experienced the passion and the creativity. I experienced the love and the fulfillment. I've experienced some hardships and challenges and come out, wiser on the other side because of them. And I've experienced what it means to actually work for the rewards that I am reaping. And you're sitting at this like high vantage point where you're like, How can it get any better than this? How can it get any better than this? And so that's why I almost feel that, okay, before I go there, I'm being called to say about the star. How can it get any better than this? Where you are right now, this cycle that ultimately is ending because we have a 10 and we have the king. So ultimately, the cycle that you've been in is coming to an end, which is why subconsciously, again, you know something new is coming and you've already made the decision that you're going to set out on this new venture. But still, you're not rushing to it. And that's part of what happened with you being able to tap into the star energy. This cycle that you've gone through the last 2 years, the last year, since March or April of 2023/2024, that keeps coming up for some reason. This is like the third reading I've done in the last week or so where that came up, but so maybe this is a collective thing too. You've gone through this cycle of vast expansion and fulfillment, and you have tapped into this sacred authenticity, the sacred creativity, the sacred sense of balance between the unseen and the physical world. You have been tapping into your gifts, whether those are creative gifts or just gifts of gab, or like you've discovered something about yourself that you can now utilize to your advantage by being authentic. You've discovered these gifts that are only bestowed on those who are brave enough to walk the path of authenticity. And because of that, like that's I think what brought this ultimate sense of stability and fulfillment in this cycle. And you are getting that feeling of wanting to hold on to this fulfillment for as long as possible, which is already like showing that you've up leveled from where you were before. Because again, Sagittarius is you guys are usually very quick to run to the next exciting thing, but now you really want to savor that, and it's so important you savor that while you can, because with the 8 of Wands, it tells me that this new beginning is going to come faster than you even expected. So really, really be present right now with your people, with yourself, with your family, with your job, however this resonates for you. Be very, very present right now because it's going to change more quickly than you realize. And that's not to say what's next is going to be any better or worse than where you are now. It's just you learning how to be present right now rather than running after this new thing that is on the horizon. It's not quite here. The sun hasn't quite come up above the horizon, but it's on its way. It's on its way. And again, it's going to happen more quickly than you realize. You being present right now with where you are is going to be a key factor of how you move in this next chapter, whenever that does come. Whenever that does come. And it's the choices you're making right now to be present, be fully engulfed, and not allowing yourself to fall victim to boredom or like apathy wants to come up. The more present you can be, the more wisdom you'll gain that you will need for this next step of your journey. And not only that, again, it's just being present with the people you love, being fully present and allowing yourself to be fully vulnerable and fully seen in everything, in every light, because the people that are surrounding you are also feeling this sense of fulfillment, this feeling of connectivity, and they need your presence just as you need theirs. They need your presence just as you need theirs. But ultimately, I'm almost sorry to say that this cycle is coming to an end. But if you think about how much you have grown into yourself, how much your life has changed during these last 2 years, imagine that and imagine it just gets better in this next iteration of wherever you're going next. So again, don't run towards this next new thing. Really savor where you are now. And then the next, when it's time for the 2 of Wands to turn into the 3 of Wands and step out onto the next venture, say hi to Nelly. You'll know, and you'll be ready to take that step with love and gratitude in your heart. You'll be thankful for where you've been, but ready to continue on. But right now, it's really important to be present because again, oh, nose itching confirmation. Everything is going to happen a lot faster than you anticipated. Okay. The first card to fall out actually flew out and fell on the ground. It's the Page of Pentacles. And then we had these two fall out together, the Ace of Cups and the Knight of Cups. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have the Two of Pentacles and the King of Wands. You guys are really tapped into your masculine right now. Really tapped in. We had two kings, we had a knight, Lots of Pentacles energy, although Pentacles is Earth, which is feminine. You catch my drift. Wait, and everything has been Pentacles and Cups too, except the Knight of Wands. Fascinating. Okay, Nelly. Nelly. Just laid on top of the cards that I just pulled. Mm, you want to see her. 12, 12 as I show her. Kitty confirmation. So, with the Page of Pentacles coming out first, this tells me that this new beginning that you're setting out on, it's going to give you the opportunity to be the student again, which is in your nature, Sagittarius. You guys are the perpetual students. You're the ones that set out and look at the world as a classroom. I don't learn in school. I learn from experience. But like really that is Sagittarius energy. And the Page of Pentacles gives you the opportunity to be a student towards something that is going to help you gain even more financial stability. And maybe because you've like through this cycle that you're ending now with the King of Pentacles, hi girl, through this cycle that you're ending now with this King of Pentacles energy, you have finally tasted stability in a way that I don't think you've ever experienced before. And so you now have the taste for it and you're like, okay, I don't need to just be like a nomad with no money everywhere. It actually really benefits me and allows me to go farther if I have like a foundation set up to allow myself to travel and experience and do all of these things. And yes, the world and other people will still take care of me, but I like to have something just in case, just in case anything were to happen. And that's the path that you're on now. So you're going to walk away from whatever the ending of this cycle is, start this new beginning. And again, that's emphasized by the ace here. Once this is ended, we have this new beginning. And is going to let you be a student. And I like the word apprentice that this deck uses. I really like that word, especially when it comes to the Pentacle suit, because that's what it feels like. It's almost like you might take an actual course or like go to trade school or there's something here where you're going to be an actual like traditional student in some sense, perhaps, towards a field that you've been interested in. And it might like if you did go to college, it might not like it most likely won't even be related to what you got your degree for. Like I think this is really just a passion project where you're recognizing that wait, I can do this thing that I love and get money for it and be a little bit more stable than I had been before. Sign me up. Let's do it. How do I keep going with this? And that's what you're following. And that's I think emphasized by the King of Wands as well because again, the wand suit is about like passion and creativity and following your intuition towards the things that will bring you joy and growth and experience. And I think that's what this course may recognize. And I will say, because I'm being guided to say, the Five of Pentacles is under the King of Wands here at the bottom of the deck and the Devil reverse. And I think the Devil reverse emphasizes exactly what I was about to say. There might be a time where you will be a little bit more, broke than you had been used to in this last cycle, but it's because you are overcoming some sort of unhealthy vices that kept you in this loop of like perpetually being broke before this cycle that you're in now. So it's like you're only I don't even like using that word. You're only not as strapped with resources presently because you're pouring those resources into this opportunity to learn more. And then once you move past this apprenticeship, like you're going to have that stability again. And not only that, you're going to have this deep sense of fulfillment with what is bringing you that stability. And with the Two of Pentacles coming out too, it's like what you're learning, you are making the choice to integrate it into your reality, into how you move day to day. It's not just making the choice to like learn it and then be like, all right, I'll keep it in my back pocket for later. No, it's becoming a part of you. It's becoming a very sacred part of how you move through the world, how you see yourself, how you see others. So whatever this thing is that you're learning, and I know I said it's like a traditional classroom setting, which for some of you, I think that's going to be the truth. And again, when I say it could be trade school, something like Votech, something like cosmetology school, or it could be, you sitting in a lab or you taking notes in a lecture hall, something like that. Take it as it resonates. But it is a traditional sense of learning where there's like a teacher or a mentor or some sort of professor, like a master of this craft that is teaching you directly. So for some of you, it might be like a class with a bunch of people. Others, it could be one-on-one teaching, and you'll meet this person when you step out onto this new beginning. This isn't somebody that you maybe you know them before, maybe you've heard of them, but for the most part, it's going to be somebody that you meet along your journey that does that thing you've been like really passionate about learning about. And then they're going to show you the ropes. They'll show you the way. They'll show you how to proceed on that path of becoming somebody that does that thing, which is really cool. And with the Ace of Cups coming out and the Knight of Cups, this is something that's going to bring you, again, it's not only financial stability, it's a deep sense of fulfillment. Like, if this is like purpose energy. These cards are purpose. Oh, I just got chills too. Oh, this whole spread is purpose, and everything's upright. May, you're going to be taking those first steps to setting out towards, and I said this for Gemini, but again, the reading took like a whole different turn, but I said this line for Gemini. You're taking a step towards ultimately what you are meant to do on this earth, what you came on earth to do. That's brilliant. And again, two kings. We had the star, a 10, an ace, a knight, a page, two twos, eight, a Nelly for the second time. She likes to make herself known. But yeah, this is the energy of you finding and going after your purpose. Not only going after it, but finding your path, your roots. This is exciting. Let's see what else wants to come out. Jeez. Another night. And judgment. Oh my gosh. And the hanged man. Well, the hanged one in this deck. Powerful cards, Sagittarius. This whole spread is purpose and power. It's purpose and power. It's purpose and power. It's purpose in power. Huh. Huh. So again, we have the Knight of Swords, Judgment, and then at the bottom of the deck, the Hanged Man slash the Hanged One. Yeah. And when we're talking about purpose in the tarot, Judgment is one of those cards that really denotes that. Because it really relates to what is supposed to be Judgment Day, when the sky's open and God comes down and everybody reaps what they sow in the rapture and blah, 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 blah. She just loves laying on the cards I just pulled. Are you kidding me? Can I have this, please? I need this. Thank you. I don't know if you heard that bird either. Blue jay flying by, and he's been like flying back and forth in front of this window too. So if blue jays are a sign for you guys, if that means anything for you, that might be for you specifically. Or no, that was a crow that called. That was ha 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 ha. That was a so that was a crow. So maybe for some of you it's blue jays. Others of you it's a crow because I would have only said blue jay if that resonated for someone. But yeah, I mean, again, with these cards, the Knight of Swords is also a very fast moving energy that's very dedicated to its craft, that is willing to hone in and focus with laser sharp clarity on exactly what they want to manifest and bring into the world. And create, really, and create in the world. With Judgment, it's allowing yourself to be open to the surrender, allowing yourself to be open to the surrender of the process, surrendering yourself to the process, not letting your ego or potential boredom or anything get in the way of the logistics of it. Oh, again, nose itching confirmation. Because there will be times, especially if you are going back to like traditional learning to become a master at this thing, there will be times where your ego will be like, I'm bored. Like, I'm so bored. This is so boring. Like, can we just do something else? And it's going to be about having the tenacity and the perseverance to stick with this thing because this thing is your destiny. And yes, it's the thing you're thinking about when I say this thing is your destiny. That's exactly what it is. Don't overthink it. Don't overcomplicate it. And a lot of you will know exactly what this is. Some of you will discover it when you move on to this next portion of your journey. Oh my God, Nelly is being such a cute girl. Oh my God. I wish I could show you, but I can't really move my computer. But just trust me, she's right here. I'm petting her head. Um, and I feel like that in itself, like this thing is going to bring you so much overwhelming joy and a sense of love and just fulfillment through the simplistic pleasures. And it's going to be about showing yourself that you can do it. that you can push through your boredom, and then and that boredom is actually not something you need to run away from and find the next big thing, but boredom can be used as a tool. Boredom is a tool that you can use to sharpen exactly what it is you're working for, working towards. Learn how to use boredom as a tool, because there's a sense of responsibility here when it comes to whatever this thing is for you. There's a sense of duty more than responsibility. You owe it to yourself to do this, but also you owe it to the people you are going to touch in the future by you pursuing this thing. Yeah, I think that'll be your biggest challenge. Is just keeping yourself on one track for long enough to get the to gain the mastery that you're seeking for this thing. Don't run away. And I forgot the Hanged Man also came out right after I said that too. I looked at it. That's what this Hanged Man, Hanged One energy is. Is that a That's a lobster? Biblically accurate lobster. That's what the Hanged Man is, though. It's being still, reflecting, and just and you don't have an option but to stay. That's the energy I'm getting here. And I think that's the energy you'll feel too when you do feel this, like, this sense of boredom potentially brewing, and this itch for, like, oh, I need something new, I need something new, I need something new. Like, I'm not learning what I thought I'd learn, and it's like, give it time. Give it patience. That's the Hanged Man. Give it patience. Because the Hanged Man is not only about just sitting and waiting, it's reflection, and it's the enlightenment that comes through your ability to just be with yourself, be with this energy, reflect, find clarity, and through that clarity is where the aha moment comes in. But Sagittarius, you're so used to running away the moment that you get bored, and again, that's going to be your biggest challenge, just sticking it out. Because what's on the other side of this is your destiny. No pressure. It's just the rest of your life. Who cares? But really, I think that's the energy you need to move with. I think that's the energy you need to move with, because it's not supposed to be serious. You are not serious people. Shout out Succession. But you guys are not meant to be serious. And even if this craft that you're going after is a bit serious, you're still going to find the fun and the joy and the fulfillment within that thing. But it might be boring on the way. It might be a little bit boring compared to what you're used to. But if you can stick through that, oh my God, Sagittarius, you're on track. You're on track to go exactly where you are meant to and destined to go and grow. To into whatever you want with that. That feels complete. Oh, I just split the deck to the Nine of Cups. As I'm talking about, that feels complete. The Nine of Cups is fulfillment, wish fulfillment. And that's interesting, just because I was drawn to point this out. We have the 44, the 55, and the 77. 23 also. So I don't know if that means anything to any of you, but I was called to say it. And that is your reading, Sagittarius. Now, with all that said, this was a general reading, so it's possible not everything resonated. If you are interested in getting a personal reading, something a little bit more tailored to you, you can book with me in the link in the description below. My website is down there, and there you can book for tarot, astrology, human design, and numerology too. So if you're interested, check that out. If you did like this reading, leave me a like and leave me a comment and let me know how it resonated. And of course, we do this every single month for all of the signs. So if you're interested in getting your forecast for the month ahead, according to your tarot cards, that's a mouthful, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you guys here in the future. Sagittarius, I mean it. Key takeaways here: be totally, perpetually present with where you are now. Enjoy and appreciate and share love with the people you are surrounded with right now, because this new beginning is going to come faster than you know, than you think. It's going to come in a lot faster. And it's not goodbye, it's see you later. But you have a mission to fulfill. And May is the start of that mission. I'm excited for you guys. Until next time.